G'day everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Glass Cage podcast. I'm JH.
And I'm George.
And how's your week been, George? Look, we're full transparency to the guys. It's only been about another few days. What's it been? Three days since we recorded because we've got to get a few out.
Yeah, it has only been 3 days, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it
when
Saturday?
we recorded, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so
A lot's happened.
A lot, yeah, yep.
A lot has happened. Spraying frantically.
Yep.
Trying to get across wheat with broadleaf.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And so yeah, just trying to hit those timings.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's been the main thing.
Yeah,
But
yep.
Yeah.
Music's going, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still going.
It's got me.
It sounds good. We've never got this far.
I haven't heard that part of the song. It's actually a banger.
Maybe at the end of this potty, I'll just leave it. It'll be a full-length song so everyone can listen to the whole song.
I think that's
So you got to stick around to the end of the pod and we'll play the full song at the end.
My ADHD has just clicked in and gone, I've never heard this before. I've lost my train of thought. Spraying frantically and that's about it. So it's got both booms going on 2 different blocks now and finding some interesting stuff on lease country.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we'll see. Bit of resistance testing and stuff, I reckon that will have to happen. And
Yeah, it's a problem with leases, isn't it?
yeah, it is, but yeah, it's a challenge. It's all good. It's all part of it. So,
Rogie, well, again, we are back and we've got the video here as well, and it's all thanks to Serafin.
yeah.
So a massive thank you to Serafin Machinery for sponsoring the potty.
Yeah.
So, a nod to them. Serafin Machinery have a passion for introducing innovation into the agricultural industry and providing customers with exceptional service and quality products at the best prices. Each day, they strive to be the seeding and tillage specialists.
By providing a combination of Australian designed and manufactured seeding and tillage equipment with imported quality products, Serafin can provide the very best range of farming equipment to suit Australian farmers, contractors and resellers.
With dealers in most states, Serafin Machinery believe their continued success is a result of 4 factors:
Selling quality equipment at competitive prices,
ensuring every experience is A+ rated,
exceptional staff who share the same values as the company,
industry-leading manufacturing, assembly and servicing facilities. So, since our massive 3 days, not much has happened in my world, I suppose. Henry's been out with the agronomist. He's about to be busy.
Yeah.
So he's, what's he done? He's gone and checked the wheat. The wheat's now finally all mature enough to, he'll get going end of next week.
Yep.
So after country week hockey, he'll get back and
Straight in the boom.
retire onto the boom spray. And
I think looking at the weather forecast, that's a pretty convenient and good week to be away.
yeah,
It's I'm grateful. It looks like it's going to be wet and windy and actually winter.
Yeah. Well, apparently my outside of my house is meant to be painted next week, and we're telling this bloody painter he's got another story anyway.
Oil-based paint or?
Oh God, I don't know. Just got to paint the outside of the house, put it and protect all the wood and everything. It's just
Yeah. He'll get it done.
And then yesterday I went up to Lake Grace, so I dropped off our flat top trailer up to Earnshaw.
Yeah.
Because we're getting an Earnshaw bin and also an Earnshaw liquid cart.
Yep.
Just walked around the place and they showed me around everything, and they had one of their big ones, like a 47,000 litre, 12 metre jobby.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Walked around that. But basically it's the same as mine, just double the size.
Yeah. So I did have a question.
Yeah.
Has your new seed tender got the turret on it? What's the filling?
Yeah, so it's got what a ball race. So it's exactly like a header auger.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you can unload it at any stage in the fold and unfold position.
Cool.
So it's really handy so if you pull up with your seeder and you don't quite get close enough, or you need to move it over a little bit, you can move it. What is really handy, and I think it'd be more handy for the guys that have got, like yourself, a 3-point linkage spreader.
Yes.
You can fold them in over center, so they're both next to each other, and you can move it along. So the biggest problem with with your guys is you can't like load it full.
Yeah, well, we've got long spouts. And a rope. Yeah, you just sort of
so this you can just move the auger.
Just do it.
Yeah, and I'm a bit slack. I've got it so on the remote, it's remote start and stop and remote rev up, rev down.
Perfect.
So really, what you could do is pull in with the spreader.
Yeah.
Start it from the cab, fill the air seater, turn it off, and then off you go.
Look, apart from maybe needing to check the oil or walk around the machine.
You do your pre-start.
Yeah, do your pre-start. But
that's a morning job.
That's fantastic. That's that's one thing that I wish that we had on our Norrish is remote rev down, because
rev down is huge. Yeah, I noticed that.
We've got the remotes for the everything else, and then you've got to get down to fold it up. But when you're finished filling at the top, and you go,
you just want to quickly move it over to the next bin, but it's just revving its tits off down the bottom.
Yeah, or it's just really loud.
Yeah.
Like, come on. If I could just down a little bit, but...
Yeah. So the engine is actually on the other side, so you don't have any noise.
Oh, okay.
Which is
further away.
Yeah, which is nice.
Oh, cool.
But it was cool. So they'd already had the frame already made on the ground, like all tack welded together.
Yep.
So I could see that. And then we're changing just a few things with how it's going to... We had to work out how it was going to fold, because the augers will go past the edge of the bin because of how long they are. Because we've got a 4 metre high John Deere cart, so it's really high to get over.
Yeah, okay.
It's higher than the ball goes. So
right.
And I think wider.
Yeah.
Or maybe the same width but higher.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so they figure it all out. We give them the dimensions and everything. And then one thing that I did change while I was there is roll tarp. So the roll tarp has to be either at the front or the back of the bin, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's at the front. So you got to climb up between the truck and the bin and try and roll this tiny little, because you'd have a really small pole.
Yes.
So I might have splurged out and I've upgraded to the electric roll tarp.
Must be nice.
Well, it's quite expensive. It's like $5,500 those things are, but I basically put it over. So what's $5,500 over 10 years?
Yeah,
it's nothing.
Yeah,
and I'll actually roll the tarp instead of, I know that I'm going to get people not rolling. I mean, you get a lump, even a little lump on the top there. You imagine trying to roll it with like a metre long.
Yeah, it is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I know that, like, ours is out the back and it's nice and long. So we've got on the old wrong way, the right way.
Yeah.
That's at the front.
Yep.
And it's got a short arm on it, and it's just...
Yeah, we were on the roof for doing that, weren't we?
Yeah, it's got a...
Is it still on the roof?
Yeah, it's got a walkway, and it's out the new one is out the back and a nice long handle, and it's sheer luxury.
Yeah,
as he just like straight over the top. But
one thing that is exciting about it is so because it's a ball race or ball turret, whatever they call it.
Yeah,
is when we fold the auger at night or whenever, no rain, like you can't get moisture in it.
Yes, yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Whereas I know that's something you guys had a bit of
we just had to put rag in, jam rag in, and someone did come up with the one guy came out with the hyper complex solution, which was just fold your augers out.
Yeah, I mean that's what we used to do
in the paddock. But it defeats.
But
the
even then,
of,
like if you're transporting in the rain or mist or
you get you get ingress.
Yeah, you want to have something covering it. But and then also had a look at the liquid carts they got there. Our tanks are there, the wheels are there, the A-frame's built, stub axles are there, but there's no steel for it, so hasn't been built yet. But that's all right. We've got plenty of time for that. So.
Yeah. No, cool. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's exciting. Go and check it out and see the local manufacturing.
Yeah. So. But did I say Henry's? Well, so he had to spray for some ryegrass in the wheat.
No, he didn't.
So went out with the agro, had to spray for that. Had the Monteo, I think the chemical.
Matino.
Matino.
Yeah.
A yellow chemical.
Yeah.
First time for us using it.
Yeah, it's that's pyroxasulfone and diflufenican, and I can't remember the third one. But Fact check him. But it's Sakura and Brodel.
Yeah, I don't know how where this ryegrass has come from. Because the paddock right next to it, which was done the next day, seeding is fine. But so anyway, he's got that to do, and then we're going to go over our canola with Mighty Zol, which I think is the old Prosaro.
Yeah.
And treat it for blackleg. So
I found a little bit on ours as well. We've done the exact same thing. We're doing the glufosinate out over some of the leased country.
Yep.
A little bit of blackleg, just juvenile blackleg showing up, and really want to protect it because it's looking
fantastic.
It's looking really good, and just went, okay, there's a fair bit of pressure, like history, especially being Munglen up.
Yes,
it's one of those red hot lines, dots that was on one of the early, one of the maps from Deeperd,
for spore release.
Yeah. It was like Esperance and Geraldton I think it was Esperance and Geraldton, or
bright red.
South Sterlings were bright red. It's like, who are the guys who have absolutely broken every fungicide?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've never done this before, spraying for blackleg, I should say.
Yeah.
But it was something we discussed last year, and we were like, pulling the trigger this year. And then when they had a look, we've only got a little bit of infection.
Yeah.
But then we've got actually where the ryegrass paddock of the wheat is, was canola last year, and that was really bad for blackleg. And we've got 2 canola paddocks right next door.
Yep.
And of course, we've got a higher population of blackleg there.
Yeah.
And it's because we block rotate, but that block always has wheat, barley, and canola right next to each other.
Yeah.
So you always got that pressure.
Yeah,
so
that's the bridge point.
Yeah, it just started to get too much. So
yeah.
It's
all good.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the catch up part.
Yeah.
Again, we are doing this a bit in advance, guys, because George is about to go on holidays, and then when he gets back, I go on holidays. So we will be back to do it. We've got 2 more episodes to do with our partnership with Serafin.
Yes.
And then our partnership with them comes to an end.
Yep.
Unless they want to keep going. But at the stage, it's coming to an end.
Yep.
And again, we do thank them hugely for
taking a chance on us.
It's overwhelming for us. So but we did think that when we do get back, once our partnership with Serafin ends, we are thinking about doing a live episode, aren't we, George?
Yes. Yeah. So the timing for that is that I know how unruly some of the people have already expressed that they will be.
Yeah.
So
we don't want to bring any badness on a sponsor.
Yeah. So
that one will be a completely unsponsored episode.
Then there could be no
fallback or anything onto someone's brand.
Yes. Or But no, the idea there is that there's a number of people in our community, in our area, that there's a wealth of knowledge floating around, and we'd love to tap into a little bit of that, and
a few beers, obviously.
A few beers, and as part of our obligations to the Cascade Rec Association, the sporting clubs, so the cricket and the hockey, have both got an obligation to hold a fundraiser.
Yes, because we don't. They pay all our fees and things like that. So we're got to hold fundraisers to bring money across the bar, and
all part of just trying to streamline things from like admin side for that. But it's basically if there's a little bit of a draw card to have people to come down, makes our fundraisers more effective. So so it's not just us getting our egos and stoking them.
No, we need an event.
Yes.
And we don't. Well, I mean, we have been pretty bad. The Cascade Hockey Club has been at making an event.
Yeah.
So we figured, why don't we do a live potty, and we'll have it basically an open Q&A. We've got another third mic here that's wireless that I'm holding on to. If you've got the video, you can have a look.
Yep.
And we tested this today. It does work very well.
Yeah.
It is very loud.
Yeah. Get some people.
Basically, to get people riled up,
Yeah.
And
It's like you and I both, I enjoy the interaction, like getting the questions, everyone's interaction, seeing people. That's my favourite part of doing this. And so if we can do that live and have people come down to the rec and we can have a bit of a fundraiser, that'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yep.
Hang shit on us. Spend some money at the bar.
Spend some money over the bar is the big one.
Yeah.
So look, guys, at the moment we're sort of thinking around August.
Yeah.
Now I know that this potty is going out to a huge number of people, and it's very overwhelming the amount of support we get from you guys and how far it's gone.
Yeah.
So we do realise that this is a very local event. But even if you're Lake Grace, Newdigate, maybe further you want to come down. There's we'll sort it all out, but there's camping and stuff available there.
Yeah.
But now on your description, the show notes below, the first thing it says is send us a text.
Yeah.
So it's this new feature on with Buzzsprout, the company we use.
Yeah.
Click on that and then send us a text. It comes to me and say, yeah, you're coming, or you want to come, or it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just give us a bit of an idea of numbers.
Yeah, that's it. And
don't abuse the text line.
yeah,
Don't blow up my phone because I can't reply to them.
Maybe
I shouldn't have said that.
You shouldn't have said that at all. I was just going to say, now's probably, is it the time or not the time to sort of remind people that I have been trying to divide a wedge between East and West? So if someone from Queensland really wants to fly over and abuse me in person.
Actually, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, I mean, can they, are they going to get this?
Oh, God.
We'll see if they get it. But anyway.
There we go.
Yeah.
You can both play all hat, no cattle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our plan, guys. So
Yeah. Rough plan.
Yeah, we want to make it happen.
Yeah. No, it'd be good fun. We've got the equipment. We just need the people.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Otherwise, you just got to be watching us two sitting alone at the hall drinking beers.
And the hockey club.
Yeah. Might be 5 people.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's get a bit more serious. So we're going to talk people on farm.
Yep.
And biosecurity.
Yeah.
And just have a chat about what we do and what we've heard people do, and
people coming onto your farm.
how do you address the issue, really?
G'day, it's Rod from Serafin Machinery here, letting everyone know that our Serafin Machinery podcast is out now. Our aim is to cover agricultural updates, industry stories, and catch up with some special guests. So whether you're in the cab operating machinery, working in the office, or putting your feet up at the end of the day, you can listen to us on all major streaming platforms, our website, or watch us on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe as we're releasing episodes regularly. Serafin Machinery, we are your seeding and tillage specialists.
Yeah, so this stems from something that happened the other week.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things that as you have a little incident, you think, hey, maybe that'd be a good topic that's a bit broader than just, here's those.
What colour track do you like?
Yeah, all that. But we had a couple of backpackers praying their car in a river crossing down from us.
Yep, pretty nasty crossing.
Yeah, nasty crossing. They were both okay. Their car not.
Yeah.
But they walked up onto our property, up the front
to
gate.
find someone.
To find someone. Then obviously they're there, and the only other person that was on the farm, at the time, I was down feeding cattle.
Yep.
Was the mechanic who was out working on the headers.
Oh, okay.
In the workshop.
Yeah.
So he was there at the
And
workshop.
this is a weekend too.
Weekend.
Yeah.
Long weekend. It was on the Monday of the long weekend.
Yeah.
And so they've rocked up, and they've just standing there, walked on, and said to the mechanic, we've crashed, can you help us?
Yeah.
And he said, well, I don't know, this isn't my farm. I'm a mechanic who's here working.
Yeah.
So it sort of starts that whole process of, these are people that have come into an operating farm, which they've walked all the way through, didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
But what should we change to make them aware of where they're walking into, or
Yeah.
what they're coming into.
And it also goes on with all the new laws that are coming in. And
If I was
everything.
out spraying and I was just cruising around that paddock and I whipped one of them with the boom, like,
God, that's a funny looking kangaroo.
yeah, like,
Is that French?
Belgium. But it's a thing. Like, it's not unheard of to have people walking onto your farm. Like, we are remote,
Yeah.
but it still happens.
Yeah. No, I've had it with YouTube.
Yeah, and down on the
figure out where we are and have come in.
Yep.
Yep.
And down on the highway is obviously far more common.
So I guess the first thing, because it's one thing that everyone's starting to do is, and we have to do now, is signs on your gate.
Yep.
So we don't. I know you're meant to have the manager's phone number.
Yes.
And do not enter, or only enter with permission from call this number.
Yeah.
So that is something I actually need to do. I haven't done that.
Yeah.
But I do have a biosecurity sort of sign that says that this is a working farm.
Yes.
You've got to report to the manager.
Yep.
All that sort of necessities. But yeah, no phone number for him to call. And
I've got the same sort of standardised form, like standardised sign that you can get on Corflute from the department, and they we've got our phone numbers and our names on that. But
that's on your
it's at our site
Smoko
office.
house.
Smoko.
Yeah.
So that's like the first point that people will get to.
I mean, it's a pretty big sign. You'd think people would see that.
Yeah, it is, but it's probably
it's too far in the
too
farm.
far in.
Yeah.
So then once you start signing things at the entrance of your farm, it also
it attracts people to let them know that there's a farm in there with fuel.
Yes. Well, also as the insurance, we've got an airstrip.
Yes. Yeah.
So the airstrip doubles up, gets closed off and signed off when it's in use. But there's a sign that says, airstrip. This is an airstrip.
Mm-hmm.
We had our insurance broker or agent, whatever, a couple of years ago. Came in the driveway, saw the sign, came in and said, because you've admitted that you've got an airstrip, now your premium's going up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's the sort of unintended.
Oh, hang on. Is that because it's an airstrip that doubles as a driveway?
Well, yeah, but it's not all the time. It's just that this is an operational airstrip, and then because we had the signs up, when we do have it as an airstrip, it's all blocked off and signed. Like, it's got contact details.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that everyone else who would have an airstrip on their farm, it's separate. It's like a...
Yeah.
So I wonder if that would make
multi-use.
Yeah.
But it's said because you've admitted that you've got an airstrip. It's
I mean, you got planes, of course.
Well, up until the time that we put the sign up, it was just assumed that they teleported there.
They're jump jets.
Yeah, that's it. They're just VTOL.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
No, it's so
that's a 7-kill streak in COD, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, well, you should watch me with my boom. But
there goes another backpacker.
Got him.
Get the VTOL in.
Jesus. But it leads the question to, if you've got a sign up, and the legal eagles will be out there, or someone who's what do they call them? The bush lawyers that if you put a sign up and you say, hey, this is an operational farm, we use chemicals or whatever.
Yeah.
What sort of admitting liability then if someone goes, oh, I've got a rash now because
you've been spraying.
And I was out there.
Yep.
So with everything that you try and do that's the right thing, there can be someone that can take the other side of it.
Yeah, no, definitely. The what I've wanted to do for a long time, like, we've got good boundary fences but no gates, and we've got no sheep, so there's no need for a gate.
Yeah,
but there's also no need for a boundary fence apart from to mark the boundary and kangaroos.
Yeah, also
puts, when you have a nice, clean, good boundary fence with no trees on, it actually increases the price of your farm according to the bank.
Roger. So I think it makes it a lot easier to spray and keep the weeds out.
Oh, it does, yeah. So, haven't had any gates on there, and I've always wanted to put them on because there is one pest that keeps on driving onto our property.
Is he our cousin?
No. Drives onto every farm.
Oh, the mungling up skid pig. The skid demons.
Horizon goddamn power.
Oh, yeah.
So they will drive onto your farm without notifying you that they're there.
Yeah.
They will. They don't abide to any biohazard laws.
Yeah.
They do not check in with the manager. Even if you have the signs, they don't check in with the manager.
Yeah.
They just do not care for your controlled traffic. They do not care if you've just had 100 mils of rain.
Yeah, straight across.
They just straight across. They drive across. They just drive from pole to pole to pole.
Yeah.
And then the worst is when they do maintenance on the line, they don't tell you. And then you're just out there and you see 4 trucks.
Yeah.
And you're like, huh?
Yeah.
And that is my biggest, that worse than grind your gears. That is, I hate Horizon Power coming on.
Yeah.
They've got to do a job, but they don't call you.
Yeah.
They don't let you know. They don't notify you.
Yeah.
We with the agronomist.
Yep.
So this is all tying in together. With the agronomist, we do not let them drive around the farm unless we're busy. We'll say, "No, look, go for a drive." But all in all, we say, we meet wherever, and then they get in our car.
Yeah, and you go together.
They go with us.
Yeah.
Drive along the laneway. Look, that's all right. But driving through the paddocks, when we drive through the paddocks,
Yeah.
no. And we used to always let the agronomist drive. We'd always get in their car and go around.
Yeah.
Until one time we found a double G in the floor mat.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Never happening again. Now the guys from Horizon Power, do you reckon that they care about if they got double Gs or anything like that?
No.
No.
And
I saw a tweet from Mick Fells, I think it was late last year, and he's starting to, it'll tie into Frothy's one, the snails.
Yep.
So he is starting to notice a snail population creeping out from his power poles and the drive between each power pole.
Yeah.
Where this, obviously Horizon Power has gone to a farm with snails on, driven through their farm, and then starting to increase, it's a biohazard. They are bringing in.
Yeah. I think it's the power lines themselves or something. But
have you heard the power, man? When you get out, it's
humming.
just like,
yeah. So there's lots of snails around the power stations in town. Yeah.
So I mean that's a massive thing. They don't adhere to that.
No, it's
and how do you stop it? 'Cause
yeah,
they ignore it.
Yeah, and it's a you tell some guy who's a lineman who's out there who's professional at what they're doing, and you say, hey, you've actually got to stop and check for these tiny little snails that are about this big. They'll go, get stuffed.
I'm not doing that. I got power to fix.
I got power to fix. I got stuff to do. Like, this is not, like, I'm not here to knock tiny little snail. How much damage is a tiny little snail going to do?
What's it going to do? Piss off. Yeah.
It's a tiny little snail, but it's all part of that, like the biosecurity issue of, like you said, the agronomists don't drive around looking at the best parts of the farm. They go to the problem areas.
They're looking at double Gs and
the troublesome
resistant
areas.
ryegrass, and then they drive through your paddocks.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, hang on, I haven't had, for instance, let's just say marshmallow.
Yeah.
I haven't had marshmallow in this paddock before.
Yeah.
Why am I? And why is it in this sort of line as we're driving along?
Yeah. It's all shaken out.
Yeah.
But so that's a pretty easy one. Like you said, so rock up, meet up, jump into our vehicle, and then off we go.
Yeah.
Or stick to your tracks and stick to your little areas and then walk out through.
Yeah. So back to the original one we've got the fences. I haven't got any gates up.
Yeah.
So the gates, I think it's the gap is too big to put gates in. I've got giant gaps because I don't need.
Yeah.
But you don't want a ring lock gate.
Yeah. Cocky gate.
That's the word. I want steel gates and lock them.
Yeah.
So down at Hatton's there, we just got the fence redone.
Yep.
And I've got steel gates on there.
Yeah.
And I'm actually getting padlocks this weekend in town. I'm going to lock them up and
Yep.
have them so that they are locked.
Yeah.
There's not a single power pole on that farm.
But I drive by and go, that's nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the only way I can think of actually physically stopping anybody from coming on your farm.
Yeah.
Without,
contacting you
saying,
first.
Because
like, we're going to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. Like, as a if you're a spray operator and you're loaded up with paraquat and you're cruising through a paddock and then someone's just standing there,
Yeah.
you know, come on, man.
Yeah.
Or you're spraying your beans out with carbenzidime, like a fungicide that is banned in the US because of its. I'm pretty sure because it's not good for humans at all.
Well, what fungicide is?
Yeah.
Fungicides and insecticides always mask up.
Yeah, yeah. What are we mainly? We're not that far from insects.
Yeah.
But like all that sort of stuff you think about, it's like, man, come on, like just give us we will tell you if it's right to go in the paddock or not. Like it is a working farm, or the old, the classic joke of the guy who goes on and goes, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm going out there. Turns out that there's an angry bull in the paddock.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't underestimate that the livestock can be, they are hazardous themselves. But
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And it leads into we should every time we have a visitor on farm sign them in.
Yes, yeah.
And then it's like, well, great. And what program do I need to do this, or is it all on paper? And am I scanning that? And
is a WhatsApp message enough traceability? Is there what sort of level of what level do you want to be at?
How detailed do you get? And then every single contractor that comes onto your farm, well, you're supposed to
induct them.
Yeah. We're with Process Works, and they're meant to watch this really long video and do the induction and sign them in and say that yes, they've done this and they're competent to work on their own. And it's like, okay. Like we did it once. Well, when we first started with Process Works.
Yeah.
Haven't done it since, but I mean, there's only been 2 contractors since. There's been a Lindsay burnout with the bulldozer.
Yeah.
And then there's been Brian with the grain. So it's
half of that, those guys are
very competent operators. I mean, anyone who comes on is the contractors are always very competent, but
it sort of leads that. Yeah, begs the question as to where is it going to end up? Are we going to be at the same level as Rio Tinto?
100%, 100%. We
side
already
office
getting there.
at the front gate and sign in. Here's your boom gate. Bang. Here's your induction. Here's your videos, or here's a phone call. I'm coming out tomorrow. Okay, I'm emailing you the induction package.
Yeah, which would stop cold calls.
Yeah. Sorry, on that. What is your favoured? What is your preference for? Say, there's a new salesman or a new machinery dealership or something in town. Phone call first,
but not a phone call. Oh, I'm 20 minutes away. Your neighbour's gonna come.
Yeah,
it's I'm in town. I'm going to be an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours, or later this afternoon or tomorrow.
Yeah,
is that all right to come out and just introduce myself and say hello?
Yeah,
that is 100% fine.
Yeah,
rocking up on farm. No,
that's out.
Yeah, I mean, you're busy, or half the time we're not there, and again, you've now got people on farm that you don't know are there.
Yes, yeah.
So what's to say that they got a flat tire or rolled the car, or they would not so much for us. We're only just straight down. But what if they're like, oh, I know they got a feedlot out the back. What if I go down to check out? Maybe they're at the feedlot and they think they can see you down there, and they start walking in there and get kicked by a cow.
Yeah.
And then you're liable because
they're on your farm.
They're on your farm, and
you didn't know.
You should know that they're there, and you've signed them in. And
that's the my preference is definitely a phone call. Or like a text message if it's a regular, someone that's who's regularly there. It's like, hey, I'm out tomorrow. Is there anything out your way? Is there anything you need? Just wanted to drop in and catch up. Is this time okay?
Yep.
Yes, no, all good, or whatever. Yeah, that works brilliantly. So then you can work it out.
Yeah.
But the old cold call up the driveway. I know that I've been guilty of it when I'm a little bit under the pump, and you're like, this better not be a fucking salesman. Your arms are in a machine and you're fixing something, or you just had one of those days and you're just like, nah, just rack off. Get out of here.
Yeah. Or they go, they've met you and they go, oh, so what's a good time to come out and see you? And you just got this blank face, and then they go, I'm thinking once every 4 weeks I'll come and say hello. Even not to say anything, just to say hello, and you're like, Okay. I prefer I don't see you.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll call you.
How do you politely decline that?
Yeah.
But how far off do you reckon we are from on your front gate? You've got George Carmody, Claire Downs, and a QR code, and then they scan the QR code, brings it up to your farm induction or your farm check-in, saying, "Yep, I'm James Willis, and I am from Afgri, and I am here to see George.
Yeah.
I am a salesman."
Yeah.
And then says, "Yep," and then bing goes to your phone.
Yeah. Lets them in, lets them out.
Gates open, gates closed, or
I reckon I might just leave like a VR goggle headset with a pump pack of the hand sanitizer.
yeah,
They can put that on and meet me in the metaverse or something. They can, and it won't actually be me. I'm going to outsource that.
Hello,
Yeah, that's it. They can just
I'm underwater.
Yeah, they can have. They can have the route around of trying to get hold of me. I don't know. I think that's it's a pretty good solution, but put them onto the queue. If they're at the end of the driveway and they've logged in and they've so my next available appointment is 3 weeks.
3 weeks at a very inconvenient time for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, 9:63.
Yeah. But yeah,
February 29 is the only day you're available.
Yeah, that's that very good Parks and Rec. I mean, like phone call, text message, book a time in. I mean, the difficult one is when you've got like different, there's a highly competitive ag chem businesses in town. There's multiple.
Yep.
So there's always, and it's really good. You don't want to deter people from getting out and actually trying to win business and do stuff because it's the lifeblood of competition that keeps us, going. But yeah, sometimes you can sense that it's a bit disheartening that you're knocking them back all the time. But also, you don't want to be dealing with like 10 different companies trying to sell you the one thing.
Also, if it's in the same day or same week or something like that.
I have, when we've got them, competing for business, get them there at the same time. Yeah, like I've just got to unload this truck first, and then we'll talk price.
And that truck is the third company?
Yeah. No, it's our own truck with different branding, and we load it up and drive it around. No, we're not like that.
Yeah. Now, one thing that we haven't actually touched on, you sort of said it with, there's a guy in your paddock when you're spraying your paraquat.
Yeah.
But we're not in the wheat belt, so we don't get a lot of people driving past, or we're not on the highway.
Yeah.
And you hear the stories of people with the pretty yellow canola, or those pretty hay bales.
Yes.
And you've got people standing out in your canola.
Yeah.
And they're taking photos of the canola and standing in it. Oh, look at us.
Yeah.
And you've just sprayed it for insecticide. Or how do you stop that? Like, and then the biggest one is idiots getting on hay bales. That weigh 600-700 kilos a piece, and they're on the big square ones that are all stacked up and having a lot of fun. It's like, guys, if that falls on you, you're dead.
Yeah, I have seen many sheep that have eroded the bottom of that, and and they're crushed.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not something that we deal with, but it's definitely our listeners will have had be screaming at the pod, going, "No, this is what's happening!" And
I've had it at Nil Arbor, so down on the highway.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, we have got a parking bay right opposite it.
Oh, yes.
So I've had people, as I'm literally got the Treflan and paraquat on, as I'm swinging the boom around, and there's old mate, and he's got the camera up, and he's like, photo.
Oh, that's a bit spicy.
It smells like Nan's closet. What's going on? It's like, that's Treflan smell, and that's paraquat. And guys had a Brits van parked in the canola.
God.
Like parked in there, and I was driving past. Yeah. Because drive past it on the way into town.
Yeah.
Drive past, I'm like, hey, hang on, back up, go in. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's in there, and he's like, oh, I've never seen canola before.
I don't care. Get out.
One, bullshit. How far have you driven in that Brits van past all of the other paddocks that are canola to end up 50 Ks from Esperance and not have seen canola? Yeah, good one, mate. Like, sure, champ, get out. It just sort of like, yeah, I can understand people like, oh, you know, there's a pretty flowers. I'm going to take the photos, but it's we're not the UK. We don't have the you know those right ways or whatever they're called.
Rite of passage or
All of that.
No, freedom to roam.
Yeah, freedom to roam.
Yeah.
No.
But how, you know, you've just sprayed for budworm or green peach, so you've got a pretty nasty insecticide out there that you don't want people to be touching and you know, oh, look at it, smell this, and you know, you've sprayed it and then you're just driving back to fill up and you've got people out there taking photos in it. It's like, how do you stop that? It's
big sign. Big sign that says, "You think glyphosate's bad?
Try Trojan."
Yeah, rub up
and
against
it's not
this.
the condom.
No, it's I don't know. I mean, there's been a couple of like public service sort of
I do
like
remember those ads,
Facebook ads and stuff that get run. It's like, this is actually an operational thing. I do like. I think the Shire of Tujo, they got like 15 or 20 hectares and planted it to
for people to be able to go and
went and did that and said, hey, look, we're going to make it nice and pretty and we're going to make people go to that one instead if you want to have photos, you know, with a good background and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, they did that. I think that's the best way to do it, is to go, look, people are actually interested in, you know, what's happening, or they like the look of it, which is good, considering the amount of flack that canola gets in
especially
broader
GM.
society. Try and do it in a positive way of make an attractive area for people that does actually work.
Yeah.
Like it's instead of it just being wandering into a random paddock.
Yeah. Yep. No, well, I guess we shall leave it there for another week. Maybe we can get people listening, if they come to the live show, they can tell us how they deal with it.
Yeah, give us a couple of stories. I'm sure we'll get something.
But again, a massive thank you to Serafin.
Yeah.
And I reckon we'll leave it there, and
Roger.
We shall catch you guys in the next one.
See ya. What an absolute banger, John.
That is I love the sax solo.
Oh man, I can't believe it. That is like top 10. That's up there.
That's a banger song.
That is. Welcome to the bonus pod.
We thought we'd there's no cameras.
No,
We turned it all off, and George had the great idea of let's just see who's going to stick around.
yeah, well, we've got to stick here for 3 minutes, so we may as well just see.
3 minutes.
Was
the
it?
song.
The song was 3
Yeah,
minutes. Nah, righto.
Quick bonus throw. Off we go.
Righto. So, funniest spot that I've ever heard of someone trying to relieve themselves when they're in the tractor. Straight off the stairs, off the
Doing a.
number 2,
Oh, you can't take a crap off the stairs.
off the bottom of the stairs.
What?
Hanging onto the stairs.
Oh no.
Yep. Didn't take into account the triples.
They're not driving, were they? They were just
No. They're stopped, stationary.
Yeah. Taking
Yeah.
a dump,
Taking a dump.
driven over it.
Driven over it. It has flicked straight up onto the back window.
What?
Yeah.
Could you imagine? You're like,
Yeah. How do you then clean that?
How do you clean that? Not be able to wash your hands.
Yeah. Oh,
Night shift comes on.
yeah. A bit of paper stuck there.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the bird that did that.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe he wiped as well. So
goodness gracious.
that's one.
Oh well.
That's it. Anyway,
Perfect. Oh well. We'll leave it there.
thank you.
Cheers, guys.